Stock?
That's stock OEM.
God damn.
Yeah.
Shit. Hit it, brother.
We're hitting it.
That's amazing.
That was some B-roll to start.
How's it going, man?
2, 1, go.
Hey guys, Brian, SoCal Supermoto. Who are you?
Bronson Pearce.
Dude, yeah, get it, brother. Yeah, Bronson Pearce, Syndicam. Bronson guest day here at SoCal Supermoto. So that's always cool. And the question that keep coming up was, what's the primary difference that you see between riding here and riding in Europe, racing?
I think one of the biggest things is obviously the level. The level in Europe, they're just insane at how fast they are, but I can see why. They continued the development of the motorcycles for Supermoto from 09, when Supermoto America kind of quit in 09. And so the development that they've continued and to perfect, those guys have been able to ride those bikes throughout the years and perfect those bikes and continuously, progressively get better. While over here, we kind of were just staying on our motocross bikes riding around. So for us, to me and Nikki to go over there and ride, one of those bikes, it was a lot to learn one of those like fully Supermoto prep bikes, and I could only ride it to 70% of its abilities.
What was the biggest kind of like surprise when you got there?
Just how good they are. Like
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
the wheelbase is so short, the frame is so rigid that they run such stiffer suspension, and like it works. It's so hard to get used to.
So other than like good, because clearly they're good. As far as like riding style or riding approach, what do you see differences as far as when you see like American pros and you see like European pros, and just kind of like the approach to riding, the approach to racing?
Some of the biggest differences I see is like they're able to combine multiple styles, whether it's neutral, kind of, they call it Euro style, where they're leaning off the bike, foot out, knee out, things like that, and they're able to combine all three to be able to get around the track the fastest, and they've just kind of been able to master that.
Yeah. Dude, it was so fun just to watch everybody kind of go over there and see what's up. And I know that Nikki said it took a long time to kind of adjust to it, and he spent like a long time learning to ride, neutral. And what do you enjoy more? What as far as racing? Like if you had like your pick, you could just race AMA event or race Europe.
Personally, I would love to do S1GP more. I mean, S1GP, it's the pinnacle of the sport, which is awesome. But I mean, just getting to travel to different countries and race different tracks. Everyone at the track is from a different country, and everyone speaks a different language, pretty much. But everyone mostly speaks English. But they all have their, have their different accents and whatnot. So it's a really cool experience to be able to do something like that. And I really hope we can bring a good AMA series back to America here soon.
Yeah, we were kind of talking about that the heyday. And how there's a racer bias, and being in both worlds, like being friends with racers, but then also just being teaching newer riders. And I'm like, this is the golden era. It's not the golden era, like you were saying, for performance, right, and for high level racing and for sponsor racing. But it's so exciting just because of how many people are riding Supermoto. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so
we had 20 people in your class today, and you guys are sold out tomorrow as well.
Sold out tomorrow.
So it's like you said, the people wanting to do Supermoto, whether it's for the street reasons or whatever reasons.
Yeah, it's a cross training here. That's the biggest difference, is that, and which is great because Supermoto are such good training tools that it's a different mindset. Like racers don't really quite understand what we're doing, and like, yeah, we're teaching specific stuff. A lot of people go off to race. 95% probably have no interest in racing.
Yeah.
But they have a lot of interest in riding better and having fun, and it's fun as hell.
Right.
All right. So somebody gives you a stock Supermoto bike. What would be your one mod? What's your favorite thing that you would?
For any other sport, I would say suspension. Supermoto makes it really tough just because a lot of it depends on the track. Is it a faster track? Do I need a motor?
We'll say it's a typical track.
We'll
say it's like an Adam, like a car track with a dirt section.
If it was here, I would say suspension.
Okay.
Suspension would be pretty
I'm
much
such
everything.
at a rookie level. I'm like handlebars. You know what I mean? Like I want it to be comfortable. Like I just want it to be like I just want to feel good.
Yeah.
On the bike.
And I guess I might have to change it. I might have to go front brake because honestly, front brake. If you have a stock front brake,
you don't have front brake. You have nothing.
You have nothing. Yeah. I can ride stock suspension, but a front brake, once it goes away, you have nothing.
It's like when you play in a band, if your drummer's not good, doesn't matter.
Yep.
Like nobody thinks about the drummer, but you're a drummer yourself. Like same thing, Supermoto. Like you don't have a good brake, and a good feel for it.
And I don't want people to think that if they want to get into the sport or try it, that they can't ride without a front brake. You can definitely ride with a stock front brake, but at the pro level, you have to have a steel braided line, Behringer front brake, all the good stuff to be able to go that fast and not burn it up.
Yeah, this is off topic, but you were talking about like people think this. I'm always thinking that I think of Supermoto. Like, how do you define Supermoto? What is it to you? Is it just like a race class? Is it a type of thing? Like when I say like Supermoto, like what does it mean to you?
I think Supermoto is like one of the sports that can help determine who's the best all-around rider.
Yeah.
Because it combines flat track, Supermoto, road racing, and you have all those three styles. You have the bikes, motocross bikes with road racing wheels. You can combine it with flat track racing and style, and there's just I think it just is the sport of all sports.
I always think of it. No, you didn't ask me, but I'm going to give my opinion.
Yeah, what's your opinion?
I think it's a style of riding. I don't even care. Everybody's focusing on like dirt bike with 17s, and I always give the example. Like I rode with the KTM Pro Team when I was learning how to Supermoto, and they came out with knobbies and they smoked me. And I'm like, are they not riding Supermoto? They're going faster than most Supermoto racers on knobby. So in other words, if somebody's on a Supermoto track and they're going faster than you, they're not on a Supermoto bike, they're riding Supermoto.
They are. The track itself is a super. I feel like that's you got a good point. Most Supermoto, when it's defined, it's 80% asphalt, 20% dirt,
and then whatever it takes to get that done.
Whether it's dirt track wheels, knobbies.
Yeah, our friend Connor went on our little race with a KTM 390, got like second place. So, best advice you ever got for racing Supermoto?
Best advice that I received was definitely this last year in Europe. It was from Alberto Mazzariti on Team PMA. Just a lot of it was getting your head over the front of the bike. I was telling one of our riders today, what that allows us to do is you're able to get on the gas harder because the bike's not going to wheelie. You're keeping that front end down and pushing all the energy still into the front tire, keeping that front end down and driving forward. And I was telling our rider today, I was like, when you do that, it kind of keeps the contact patch of the tire on both wheels equal to where you're driving forward instead of having like one has more, one has less. And when you keep them equal, it's able to provide a more balanced bike.
What do you see that people misunderstand the most about Supermoto? Like their approach, I guess kind of like the biggest mistakes or what do you see like where people are the most misguided in how they approach Supermoto?
When you say that, are you talking about people trying to get into the sport in general? Or
just let's call it like an intermediate Supermoto rider that you would see at a track day. What do you see that they're kind of their mindset that's wrong or their technique that's wrong most common?
I think that a lot of people don't think enough. They need to think about what they're doing, where they're braking, where they're getting on the gas, the simple things like that. And when you think about what you're doing, you're able to understand what you can do better. Brake later, the brakes earlier, get on the gas earlier, things like that. Yeah, you
were talking about the thing, and it resonated with me. And I'm always preaching kind of the same thing but different. I'm always preaching relax, breathe, because no amount of technique matters if you're not breathing. And then you kind of took it to the next level. You said ride in a manner that you can think.
Yep.
And I've heard the phrase before, always ride fast, never hurry. I love that, but when you back it off, it's basically what you're saying. Yep. Ride in a manner that allows you to think.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Because when you can think about what you're doing, it allows you to not only think about the basic stuff that you're doing on the track, but it allows you to feel what your motorcycle is doing as well. And when you can feel what that's doing, it allows you to make changes to make it better and safer.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, so you got a race series.
Yeah, it's the Jeff Pearce Home Energy SM Championship.
Damn, you got some sponsors in there?
Yep.
You just started listing stuff.
That's the name of the championship. He's our title sponsor.
So where's it at? How do you sign up?
It's at Kevin Harvick Kern Raceway in Bakersfield, California. If you want to sign up, you can just go to bronsonpearce.com and go to the entry forms, and that's how you sign up right there. But we have a Facebook group. It's Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway Supermoto group on Facebook, so go check that out. Yeah, we're trying to do our part and grow the sport in SoCal.
Yeah, fucking joining the battle. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, you're saying just getting good feedback.
Yeah,
like you're saying, like everybody that comes to ride Supermoto, not like I had a horrible time.
I've never heard anyone say that they had a terrible time. They're like, that was some of the most fun I've ever had. I've had guys tell me like, yeah, I do motocross, did some sport bike stuff, and I did Supermoto for cross training. Kind of quit the other stuff because Supermoto was the most fun I was having on a dirt bike. And so that's exactly why I have an open DTX and knobby sportsman class to get guys to bring their flat track bikes out, their motocross bikes out, and just come try it. Because there's a stigma of wheels and tires. Oh, it's expensive to do Supermoto, and it's like, well, come try it on your, your already set up bike.
I mean, I'm old as shit, and that's one of the biggest changes. When I started racing, half the field was on Sportsman.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, you're on a Sportsman setup. I'm on your bike. You would smoke me. You know what I mean? It's like the people are way too focused on 17s, but that's a whole.
I think so too.
That's a whole nother topic.
There needs to be
get
more
out there,
sportsman classes.
Well, dude, good on you for getting it going. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for coaching.
Yeah, man.
So fun.
November 16th is the next race, so it's kind of nothing else going on. No other Supermoto races, no other flat track races. So if you guys want to come on out and hit me up.
Is there prizes for podiums?
There is for the podium class. There is, or the podium class, the pro class. It's a $1,200 purse, so $500 to win, $300 for second, $250 for third, $100 for fourth. And if we have 10 or more guys, I pay fifth, $50 or whatever. So, yeah.
So right.
Oh, and the amateur, the amateur class, we give trophies out, but the champion of the amateur class gets a set of tires. I can't exactly say, but
and it doesn't matter because you're just gonna have time of your life.
Exactly, you're gonna have a good time,
brother. Yeah. Thanks for coming out.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so sign up for his race series. What's it called again?
Jeff Pearce Home Energy SM Championship.
Yeah, if you can come out, SoCal Supermoto, we got all the bikes, we got everything for you. Like and subscribe if you want to, and hope you can come join us at the track. Thanks.